Did you watch the Final Fantasy race? I didn't watch the race, but I have paid attention to like a bit of the drama that's happened since the end of the race, and I have like a ton of takes on that. I find it fascinating how people handle add-ons and mods and like their reaction to it in that game. There's so many parts of it that are just so interesting. I don't know anything about the Final Fantasy drama. Would love the context when you get to it. Long story short, they're trying to make Final Fantasy like a legit race. They're like having people stream it. And like, so this team won, but then they posted their screenshot of them winning and it showed like a little red dot in the middle of their screen, which is a pretty common plugin in that game, or an overlay. I don't know which one it is. That basically just shows the exact pixel your character is standing on. It's not super good or anything. It's not like really OP, but add-ons are like banned in that game. And recently they had a race where they like took away the win, even though they still won, right? Because of that. And that's what it is at face level. So like everyone's like slandering these people. Apparently they like lied about it. They're like, GM was like, we have a hard stance against add-ons or plugins, and you know, we had no idea that they chose to do this on their own, which is complete fucking bullshit, by the way. And then all the while, all of the like, so like the team who came in second, I guess, is like claiming victory, or people are crowning them the winners because the top team cheated. Meanwhile, if you know anything about the top race scene in Final Fantasy, I had the opportunity to like sit down with some of the people that went to the media tour, and like I had dinner with them, and this actually got brought up, and I was asking like how many people in the top teams like use any kind of add-ons or overlays or anything at all, and they were like instantly, all of them were like, every single person uses them. Like every person in those teams, every one of those teams, they all use them. So like so the funny thing about the Final Fantasy thing right now is there's this second team being claimed the real winners because the other team cheated, but they all cheat and all the players there know that. So now the second team is forced to be like the Homelander meme. Like, have you guys seen the Homelander meme where they're like, yeah, like people are clapping for them and they're just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like they know that they do the same shit and everyone around them does, but like, you're not going to admit it. It's weird because like Final Fantasy can't police these add-ons because add-ons are not allowed at all, but also they don't really punish you for using them if you don't get caught. The add-ons in that game that could exist are like they're like insane. They're like the most OP weak aura you've ever seen when they've nerfed weak auras to not be able to do things you can do in that game. Like AVR from Wrath, it would be infinitely more insane than that, what you could use, but no one knows if you're using it. And then people are like, well, the stream teams aren't using it. You don't have to stream. You can easily stream and hide all of the plugins you would want to use. Streaming does not mean you're not using plugins at all, especially because it's only one person on the team who's streaming. It means nothing. But like they're using the fact that some teams streamed as like a sign of legitimacy, which is like an absolute meme. And then on top of that, there's a few plugins that people have deemed like okay, like ACT and like a few others. But like it's a hard stance in the game. Like Square Enix is like, you can't use any add-ons at all. But like the fact that these people are even uploading to Final Fantasy logs means they're absolutely using these tools, right? So then you have to like, because the community's like, well, okay, some of these things are allowed. Then it's like a super big gray area. Okay, some of these things are allowed and some aren't. But like Square Enix is like, you can't use anything. It's basically all Square Enix's fault because they created a game where either they don't want to or they are unable to detect if you are using plugins or add-ons from their side, which is just a total fucking meme. The whole like asking the community to just like, oh, you can use them, but just don't get caught, which is exactly what it is right now. That's just on you. You've created that, right? And then another fun wrinkle is that a big reason that a lot of people are mad in Final Fantasy is because there's a bunch of degenerates in that game that use the most absurd erotic roleplay mods you could possibly imagine. And those people are just mad that the race is bringing attention to the add-on scene, and they're afraid that maybe Square Enix will somehow make them not work or something, even though I don't think they can. And they're mad because they want to keep like e-fucking people in game. And that's just like extra hilarious, right? So there's just so many layers to this Final Fantasy thing that are fucking hilarious. And I think the most funny one is the community gladly crowning their champion of this team that won, even though everyone in that team and every other person competing with them knows that they use the exact same fucking shit everyone else uses, right? At least the stuff that would make you technically cheating. So yeah, it's all just a giant fucking mess, and it's all Square Enix's fault.